Hello guys, welcome back to the shop with Werner Ziegler. So this is the crank that came off of the Iron Horse. It's alloy, and the other side was steel crank here. So this is the actual one. So in order to remove uh, this side here, we're doing basically what I did in my original video, how to remove cranks with no tool, no damage. So that was with this thing here. So this is a different design because it's a very rounded. So what happened, it kind of got a little burred, but that can be filed off. This thing is very strong. It's a forged aluminum or alloy or whatever it is. So uh, that's a little, that's on the inside. You'll never see that. You can sand that, that doesn't mean it, doesn't matter. So what I found a good way to get this one off, originally we were using the bushing. And again, I'm going to give you the dimensions of all these pipes. This is a gas line, and you can use like a fencing post or something. So originally we were using the bushing, but what I noticed is that because it's hanging out so much, it's too kind of loose. So we don't want it like this because we want to hit this thing dead on. We don't want to hit it on an angle because it just pops off kind of, right? It'll still work, but I found a better way is just a car lug nut. So we stick that on and stick the bolt in there. So the reason why I'm not using a heavier bolt is I'll tell you in a second. But this thing, you can just turn it, make sure it's straight, and then hit it with either your hammer uh, or like what I'm using is a 4-pound sledgehammer. It makes it a lot easier. So that's actually balanced. I'm not even holding it, and just hit that as hard, not as hard as you can, but pretty hard. And you're gonna. I did that like 10, 15 times or something with the sledgehammer. Okay, so it's caught in there again for some reason. Well, I kind of hit it on with my hand. Wow. Okay, so it was hitting the concrete. It was actually out. Okay, what's going on here is the reason I'm using like a very cheap bolt is because I don't want the bolt to be hard. I want it to be able to deform when it hits this axle. If I use this bolt here, this is a grade 3. It's much bigger and stronger, and it could damage the threads on here. Um, you know, um, so just because it's bigger, right? So and stronger. If we can use this though, this is an extension. Um, the reason is because it's rounded on the end, so it's not going to damage those threads. I haven't tried this though, so it'd be tricky to find something to try to center this, but it can be done if you just look for some sockets or something. But this will need like a large bushing maybe or something, so it's gonna hard to do that. To prove this wasn't damaged, uh, here's the nuts for it. So no problem. Here's the other nut. So I'm only hammering on one side anyways. So on this one here from the CCM, I did actually damage it, as Jared would let you know. So this one here is damaged. I can't get the nut on that side anymore, unless I probably file this with some very small files. So I can't, it just stops. So the reason it was damaged is because this one I was really going nuts on this. I was using heavy metal pins. So what that would do is when it eats in there, the outer surface of this thing will start eating at the threads. So it would have been better if we aimed this properly to the center and not, you know what I mean? So maybe this thing, if it was aimed right, would be better. But then I just pulled that off, and so that's why this original one worked better on the pipe, because it's kind of sat there. But both this actually worked very well too. So um, So you can use like sockets and stuff. So anything you can get, basically, here's a socket and a bolt. You can do it like that. And this will hold it very in line for you, depending what kind of bolt you have. So these are very cheap, soft bolts. That's why I'm using them, because they strip very easily, and they deform very easily. So that's why I'm not using something very hard. That is grade 3. I don't know if this will be a good idea. That'll just probably destroy it. So these bolts, you can see it just from doing other stuff, they deform very easily. They say on them like a 4.6, whatever that means. It's called rims, and this one says TAF. So I don't know. I'm not sure where I got to. I got a lot of these bolts. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.